Okay, this is 2312 Tejas. Decent little street. A little on the older side. Most of these houses were probably built late 60s, early 70s or so. Okay. I actually just closed, or I'm closing a house up the street right here to a guy. So, introduce you guys as neighbors. Nice little trees. I actually like those. Those are really, really gorgeous. Stucco look on the outside. Big bay window. This silver piece of conduit I'm going to discuss here in a little bit. It ties into that compressor that's right here on the side of the house. There's a couple of these. Basically what they did is they added mini split units to the house, which acts as a type of refrigerated air. It's not exactly, they work. They definitely work. It's not the prettiest option. The best option would have been just to replace the swamp cooler, which is kind of what you were alluding to earlier, that evaporative cooler. And that's actually not that hard to do. It's just expensive. It could be about 10 grand. But they probably spent at least 5 putting those in there. Okay. When you enter in, got a nice, decent sized living room. Tile looks like it's in good shape. Older windows, these do tend to be lead lined. Not that that's necessarily a big fear. They're not the most energy efficient in the world. They do work, and having as many mini splits as this place does means that it'll probably be just fine. That white box on the wall is an example of a mini split. They're basically using that one unit to cool this room and your living room. Okay. We're gonna go stand over here by the bay window. Looks like they just painted the floors in here. Could use a little bit of a recoat right here. We've got a nice little faux beam up here with the skylight. I don't see any water damage anywhere around the skylight, which is great news. Might still be a good idea to just kind of reseal it with a little bit of caulk. It's probably just a little bit of maintenance that you should probably look at doing once every couple of years anyway. Okay, so we're gonna go down the hallway. There's a closet right here to the left or right. Hallway, bedrooms. You got 2 bedrooms over here. Master's right through here. Guest bathroom right here, but right off to the side is our kitchen area. So this would be your dining room. So if you can count those tiles, that's about how big that dining room actually is. Maybe a little bit smaller than the photos looked, but I don't think that this is bad space at all. Same thing with the kitchen. Kitchen is definitely a little smaller than what the photos look. You got your refrigerator and cabinets on this side. Another one of those white boxes. So there's another mini split. Okay. And then you've got your little horseshoe with your gas stove. Okay. And then you have your laundry room right off to the side. Just a quick little note. Washer would have to go right here. That's where your hookups are. Your dryer is going to go right over here where this little pad is right here. I'm going to check outside to make sure to see if this has been replaced. Yeah, we're going to look into that. This is a water softener, which here our water is very, very hard. So having one of these is really nice. I'd be curious to see how well it works within this home. A little bit of paint down here, but it looks like they just kind of use these for storage. Probably maybe a little bit of a little handyman work out of here. So we're gonna go through the dining room and out into the backyard. Love the backyard. Love, love, love the backyard. It's just a cinder block wall. It's been painted. Probably could use a little bit of an updated paint at some point in time, which is fine. This grass is great. If you saw me earlier, I just flipped that electrical panel. That electrical panel is a Federal Pacific panel. It has been upgraded here with a Square D panel, which is great because that could be about a $5,000 upgrade right there. And those other panels have they've gone out of style. They've been known to potentially catch on fire. So they kind of been starting to phase them out of houses. But a lot of houses here still have them. They're not all removed. Actually, there's some slightly newer windows here on the back. I didn't notice this on my first walkthrough. That looks like a vinyl window. And that looks like a vinyl window, which is much, much better for energy efficiency. Actually, kind of a cool view of the mountains from back here. So you could actually kind of sit back here in the backyard and enjoy it. You can see right here it's sunset for us right now. The yard's staying nice and shaded, nice and cool, which is nice. This little box right there, so that is your evaporative cooler. It looks like it's still attached, and that evaporative cooler has ducting throughout the house. The best way to see value would normally be to take this off and then switch it with a package unit that does the heating and cooling, set it up right there, and then just have it throughout the house. But this box is another one of those compressors on the side. So they've got mini splits throughout this entire house, which essentially acts like refrigerated air. So I don't really see a need to necessarily upgrade it, depending on how long it works or how well it works. Just a little bit of cracked concrete here too, by the way. Doesn't look like a major problem. Might have just been with the way it was poured and from when it was done. Okay, let's take a walk back here into bedroom 1. Bedroom 1's probably pretty decent. If I had to bet, about an 11 by 9-ish or so. And the bedroom, which is that silver pipe that I was mentioning out front, has its own mini split in here to keep the room heated and cooled. They put those mini splits in every single room, which means every room could have its own temperature depending on the occupant's needs. So one room could be hotter, one could be cooler. Actually kind of gives you a little bit more control depending on, kids, temperament, offices. A little bit of staining on the carpet, guys. And here is the primary bedroom. Again, with its own AC unit right up here. This is an older window, but that's a newer window. So it's got kind of a mix of windows. In order to improve any kind of value or desirability, you might want to eventually switch out those windows just to kind of give you better energy efficiency, but allow that cooling to work a whole lot better. Nice little pedestal sink. Bathroom small, just enough to fit one person. Nothing big about it, but it is still nice to have the shower right here. Again, shower's pretty small, really only big enough for one person. This would be your closet right here. Needs a little bit more organizers in there just to make it a little bit better. They mounted a mirror kind of off to the side of here. Looks like it's just kind of sitting on this shelf right here. So I might have to have that looked at. A little bit of storage right here for all of your linens. And your guest bathroom. And put the pedestal right over here to the side. This one kind of has a tall ceiling, which is kind of nice. And this one also has the newer vinyl window as well. So kind of a hodgepodge of mixed with the good and the old style. So it needs to get done. Could be fixed, could be taken care of a little bit. Again, from the front, you got a pretty nice shot of those mountains right when you come up. So you're kind of close to that area. So you could definitely enjoy your front yard as well. Alright guys, I'm going to sign off on this one.